Hello, my name is Jason Krups, and this is my compare and contrast presentation. So for this case study, we were asked to choose a traditional and a modern organization. For the traditional corporation, I chose ExxonMobil. They were started by John Rockefeller about 100 years ago. They eventually became ExxonMobil in 1999, and they're still the largest publicly traded oil company. For my modern organization, I chose Southwest Airlines, formed in 1967. At that point, they really only focused in Texas. In 1979, with the Airline Deregulation Act, they expanded operations, and now they are recently ranked #1 in overall satisfaction. In this presentation, I will compare and contrast value disciplines of each company, primary customers, relationships and loyalty, the use of artificial intelligence, key events that led to digital transformation, the ability of each organization to organize for digital maturity as it relates to their culture, and the view of and use of analytics to make personnel decisions. For value disciplines, I based them off of the article by Michael Tracy and Fred Wiersma. In that article, they're broken down into 3 disciplines. Operational excellence, which is reliable products at competitive prices. Customer intimacy, which is segmenting markets and targeting those segments. Or product leadership, which is the ability to offer the most up-to-date products or services. As you can see, for ExxonMobil, I chose product leadership. Like I said, they were started as a standard oil company and really only focused on the oil business when a lot of companies were seeking out other ventures. They hired chemists to have the most advanced technology, and it's apparent that ExxonMobil still focuses on innovation. If you look on their website, it's one of the top things they talk about. Southwest Airlines, I thought they were more of operational excellence, which you can tell that, their values include safety, friendly customer service, and low cost. I really feel like they focus on low cost. They talk about transparency, which is their big word that they use for no hidden fees, because bags fly free with them. The reason they were able to afford these low costs is because they focus on point to point rather than hub and spoke, and they also have a single fleet strategy, meaning that they only have one type of aircraft, and this cuts down maintenance fees. So primary customers based on market segmentation variables. So for ExxonMobil, their segmentation is really broken into 3 business sectors: upstream, which is drilling; downstream, which is providing their energy products to customers; and they have a petrochemical division. Based on these segments, their primary customers are, for upstream, it's refineries; for downstream, it's consumers, getting gas at a pump; and for chemicals, it's a lot of different industries. It could be for a company that makes tires; it could be for a company that makes plastics. They really provide those to a lot. Southwest Airlines, on the other hand, their main segments are low-fare customers. They have a low-fare calendar. They don't have assigned seats. A lot of this contributes to their low fares. And more recently, they focus on business customers because they have the Business Select, which gives priority seating to those people. They have early bird check-in. They also have SW8 Biz, which I'll talk more about in a second. Relationships and loyalty with external customers. So ExxonMobil, I feel like a lot of their loyalty comes from their assets. If it's in the ground, you can't rip it up. You don't really have a choice. So sometimes I feel like a lot of the customers may not have other choices. Pipeline's right there, they have to take it. They've been around for 100 years, so obviously their products are reliable and they have good reputation. They're publicly traded. Southwest Airlines has a different strategy. They have their credit card with Chase. They offer points for travel. They even offer a companion pass if you spend enough money or book enough flights. They also have the SW8 Biz, which I So I was going to speak more about, which has exclusive offers for business travelers, and some of these perks are like no transaction fees. They also have an easy system for business travelers to book through. Use of AI or big data. ExxonMobil in 2017 hired Harvard grad Sarah Carthigan to start a data science team. When she started, it seemed like a lot of people there didn't really know what they could use data science for, but after reading more of the article, she stated that she can't keep up with all the requests. So they're relatively new to using AI or big data, but it seems like they're trying to use it. One cool thing they recently did was they partnered with MIT to develop robots for offshore exploration to find seeps in the ocean where gas or oil is leaking out. Southwest, on the other hand, has been using big data for a long time. That's how they keep up their operational improvements and enhance customer experience by getting feedback. In 2016, they did a study using big data on fuel costs. They typically spend $46 billions a year on fuel, and with this program, they actually found that, for one, it cuts the amount of time spent calculating fuels by 60%. It increased their accuracy, and they also found that they could save millions of dollars by switching over to a single source rather than multiple fuel vendors. ExxonMobil isn't a company that seems to have made huge digital transformation recently, but an article by Paul Lulovich had some great insight as to why they may need to very soon. For one, supply and demand shifts have changed for energy. Supply is up more in the U.S. than it used to be, and demand is low. Two, renewables are becoming increasingly economical. Three, energy storage is becoming better. Batteries are becoming better. So with all that, they have recently been working on a digital transformation in the Permian Basin to increase their output of oil. Southwest Airlines, on the other hand, their digital transformation happened about a decade ago with the collapse of the economy in 2009, and then oil prices spiked, so fuel costs for them were through the roof, so they knew they had to do something because they really didn't have that competitive edge against their competitors like they always did. So what they did was they started offering Wi-Fi. Originally it wasn't free, it cost money, but this caught on pretty quick. Customers liked it. By 2013, they were offering free Wi-Fi on all flights, and they were also offering free on-demand TV for personal devices. So, the ability to organize for digital maturity as it relates to their culture. ExxonMobil, I feel, is in the developing phase of digital maturity. They have digital initiatives, but it doesn't seem core to their culture. You can see their culture, what they list on their website, but really I didn't feel like they were striving for technology. Southwest, on the other hand, I feel like is in the maturing phase of digital maturity. They've always been a leader in technology on their planes. They've always used big data to improve their operational excellence. And really, they've shown to perform small-scale experiments such as offering Wi-Fi and then customers liking it, and then they implement it on all planes. View and use of analytics for personnel decisions. ExxonMobil, they actually seem to use some analytics in their hiring process. They had an assessment test, which is where they had an aptitude test, which could test for technical skills, could test for, decision-making skills, a lot of different types of things. I'm sure they definitely use this to slim down their search and make the hiring process a little more easy and efficient. One thing I do know is that I have some friends that have worked for ExxonMobil, and they have strict ranking systems, so it could lead to, dysfunction with different groups. Southwest Airlines, on the other hand, actually has more of a traditional hiring process where they have a phone interview, then an in-person, and then they have performance tests. So now I'll break it down into my 3 key takeaways. 1, adapt to your environment. Always have forward-thinking leadership. 2, stay in your lane. Focus on what your company's done well. For Exxon, their product leadership. Maybe they don't need to make all these digital transformations, have phone apps, all the other jazz that Southwest has, but they're focusing on what their customers like. 3, technology is coming whether you like it or not, so use it to your advantage. Always strive for innovation to stay competitive. Look at Southwest. They've always stayed competitive in the market, and the airline industry is a tough market. So, thank you.